Welcome back. It's going to be first one of my gear reviews for my trip to Africa. I have some footage to come up from my trip from Africa. Had a really good time, If you ever get the chance to hunt over there, I strongly recommend you do. It's just so rich in species, and Jesus, there's always something going on. I specifically hunted out of East London in South Africa, and it was perfect for bow hunting. The terrain there and not too flat and open. It was perfect where I was, really was. Great setup for bow hunting. But one thing I did find in my little run up to this trip was it was a nightmare to try and sort a case. It was an absolute, with the chair, flipping pain, if I'm honest. So, first things first, the case that I ended up going for is called an SKB. I'm sure many of you will be very familiar with an SKB in terms of a brand case, and it was the I-Series parallel limb double bow hard shell. The model is the 314217. Now, the issue I was having is I was hunting with a Mathews Arc 34. So, this is my bow. As the film says, there is no other bow like this. And my issue was the axle to axle, and it was stressing me out like mad because the airline I flew with, it had to be a hard case. They wouldn't accept other options. So when this is in, it's not a massive bow. I know obviously there's a lot of shorter versions when it comes to hunting bows. Won't go into that, but it's not exactly huge. I don't know if you can see that, but there isn't a whole lot of room. But actually, it was perfect for what I was doing. So I'm just putting this video out there because if anyone else has got an Arc 34 and they're hitting the same sort of issues I was, this thing, superb. But once it's in, you literally have 20 mil, 20 mil clearance, that's it. Which again, I'm happy with from the outside if you can. It also means you can get quivering next to it. This is how I packed it. Again, the airline I flew with, I had to have my arrows separate. So my broadheads were in here as well. But the actual arrow shafts were separate. But I don't know, a lot of you American guys, if you're traveling sort of interstate, you can stick on the same one, great. But to give you an idea, the Eastern Deluxe 33 inch, this is what I have most of my arrows in, fits again perfectly in there, no problem. Closes nicely. The only thing I would say is, you would probably have to cut this foam around your arrow case if that's what you wanted. Probably something I'm going to do, to be fair. But again, depends what airline you travel with. I also had to change two of the latches on this case to the TSA ones. Dead easy to do. Cost me about £40, I think, for the additional TSA locks, which is great. Absolutely great. Dead easy to fit on. You just knock the pins out, put it in, pin back in, only goes one way. Literally couldn't be any easier. But what I did specifically, because as we all know, space is of a premium. So I packed my bow in there, quiver, broadheads, a few of the bits and bobs of tools, and then I put closing around it to make it nice and snug so it can't slide. And then I put the second layer of foam on. Now you've got a couple of inches here, effectively. So again, what I did was socks and everything went in this little void here. and I had my hunting pants on top here, so 3 pairs of hunting pants. And then when I closed it down, it was not going anywhere. I mean, this case has been, considering this is brand new, someone obviously slid it along some tarmac at some point, which has took the plastic off a bit, but is what it is. At least the bow was fine. But, you know, bomb-proof, and nothing was moving inside of it. Because the last thing we want to do is turn up when we've flown halfway around the world and your bow's damaged. The wheels are found great. I stopped initially in Johannesburg airport, and if any of you have ever been there, it's a trek walking about. So the wheels were fantastic. Found it really easy just to carry about. The handles are good on the side, nice and sturdy. There's one at the top as well for when you're wheeling it. I won't bore you with all the statistics with this, but you know, it's waterproof, all the usual stuff, dustproof. You know, it's got like a decompression thing on it somewhere, apparently. But I just thought I'd put this on because I struggle like mad to find a case. And it's this bigger one. That's the one that'll fit an Arc 34. And I'm actually really impressed with it. And if there's anyone from the UK here, I bought this from a chap off eBay in America. Great service, actually. Superb, really. But don't be ripped off from the guys over here. It's ridiculous. This case was literally half price to ship from America. You know, if you've got the time on your hands, great. But I did have the time for it to come over, so, you know. It was literally half the price as they are in the UK, which is scandalous. I mean, half these companies, if they want people to take up sports and hobbies and everything, gosh, they need to wind the neck in a bit on the old profit margins. But anyway, I digress. I love a good moan. But if you're looking for a case, international travel, for me, look no further. Now, I know it doesn't have some of the other Mathews type variants of them have bits for your quiver up here, arrows, blah, blah, blah. But because I couldn't travel like that with the airline and everything had to be split, I thought this case was going to be superb, and it absolutely did not let me down. Fantastic bit of kit. I'm also going to review some other kit that I took to Africa. Some bits that surprised me, some bits that didn't. What I thought about various things. And even the camera I'm filming this on is an Insta360. My gosh. That thing is great for solo bow hunting if you want to film yourself, which I'm going to do another video on. But yeah, superb. Absolutely superb. But yeah, if you're looking for a case, for me, I thought I'd put on, just saying, extremely sturdy. Did the job, more than happy with it.